Not even God himself could sink this ship. That is a famous quote before the Titanic set sail and hit an iceberg, and then we all know what happened after that, right? Direct quote, though. The arrogance and the ego of people can never be understated. It really cannot be understated, especially when it's coming from a trillion-dollar company filled with suit and tie narcissists. What am I talking about? We're going to get into it in just a second, but I just want to say right off the bat, if you guys can, drop a comment below, say the channel catchphrase, the phrase that's on my most recent t-shirt. That's a plug, yeah. This video was amazing, learned a lot, but also, drop a like if you want, or even just say in the comment section why you have quit Call of Duty. This will get the video out into the algorithm because I want as many people to see this as possible. I want gamers everywhere to see this video. Use the timestamps. Don't give me that TikTok brain bullshit, low attention span garbage. Keep that out of there. I put the timestamps in the fucking description. Use them, motherfucker. All right? Either way, I don't want to get too heated before I get into the meat and potatoes here, so let me just drop the line, all right? I got a lot I want to get off my chest. As it stands today, August 7th, 2025, everything I fucking predicted has come true. For anyone that said I'm full of shit, I'm grifting, whatever, I have to ask you, I have to ask you, and I want you to bring receipts here. Where have I been wrong? Where have I been wrong? I have so many videos you can look through, and you can find specific instances and clip them and send them to me in the comment section below or something and tell me where I've been wrong. I've been wrong on 2 counts. I thought that XDefiant and Battlefield 2042 would actually put up a fight against Call of Duty. Pretty much everything else I've been right about, but man, was I wrong on those 2 instances. EA, however, decided not to roll over and die. They had an ace up their sleeve in the form of Vince Zampella, one of the OGs for Call of Duty. He worked on the series way back in Call of Duty 2 and 4 and the OG Modern Warfare 2. So how poetic he is now doing what he's doing now. Battlefield 6, as it stands today, is absolutely killing Call of Duty. And this is not even the open beta. And I'm not making any of this up. This is not clickbait. I have the motherfucking receipts. All right? I have the numbers, motherfuckers. I don't get up here and just say stuff. I don't pull numbers out of thin air. I got the hard data. I got the receipts. And we are going to get into all of that. But before I do, brief word from this video sponsor, because maybe you guys need this after playing Call of Duty for the past several years. I know I do. Today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. As I age and get older, and as a man as well, I find it very, very important to take care of my mental health, and you guys should definitely consider that too. Earlier this year, my dog passed away, my dog of 11 years, and as many of you know, I was pretty broken up about that, but with the help of friends, family, and therapy, I was able to get out of that slump and get back on track. With a therapist, they will listen, ask questions, and help you see things from new perspectives. They can give you advice and techniques to make positive changes in your life. BetterHelp is the sponsor of this video, and they're on a mission to make starting therapy easier. Fill out a questionnaire and you will match with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. You can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost if it's not the right fit or you just have commitment issues as well. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. So guys, click the link in the video description or go to betterhelp.com/codfather and get 10% off your first month of therapy. As an introvert, BetterHelp has been an oasis in a desert for me. Check it out, guys. All right, guys, welcome back to the video. First things first, this is not my gameplay. I actually don't have early access, and keep in mind through all of this, we are in the early access stage. We are not on the open beta stage. It's not open to everyone just yet. Only those people who participated in the Battlefield Labs stuff and I think watched streams and whatnot of people playing Battlefield 6. I unfortunately did not have time to do that. However, a friend of mine literally just hooked me up with a code as I'm making this commentary. So that's great. I will probably bring you guys my actual gameplay either tomorrow or the 9th or whatever. Either way, though, keep this in mind. Keep all this in mind. We are not even in the open beta stages. I just got to set the stage for what I'm about to show you because it is absolutely beautiful. I just want to kiss the air right now. I am so elated to see people putting their foot down and saying no more bullshit to this awful company, Activision Blizzard, and their shitty fucking AI slop Call of Duty shoot-a-man military Madden garbage they keep rehashing, releasing every single year. We are over it! Gamers are over it, and if this doesn't prove it, I don't know what will. Let me just start. There's a lot to cover here. First things first, I need to show you what Activision said yesterday, and then the instant karma they got literally today. Just a few hours ago, really. Look at this, okay? Tom Henderson reported, exclusive, Activision leadership isn't worried about Battlefield 6 because Call of Duty is too big to fail. Alexa, play Out of Touch by Hall & Oates. Oh shit, she's actually doing it. She heard me from the living room. I don't want to copyright struck. Alexa, stop! That was real, by the way. I'm not making that up for the video. That bitch heard me. Anyway. Let's read more into this article, okay? Insider Gaming has learned that Activision leadership has been taking note of Battlefield 6's recent hype, but is not worried that the franchise will surpass Call of Duty. Speaking with sources who wish to remain anonymous because they were not authorized to talk about Activision's internal conversations, it's been said that although Activision is keeping a close eye on Battlefield, they are not worried about the game outcompeting its flagship franchise. It's said that Activision leadership believes that Call of Duty is too big to fail and will remain a profitable, annually released franchise for many years to come. At the time of writing, an annual Call of Duty title is penciled in for the next 4 years at least. That sounds like a literal prison sentence at this point in time. This year's Call of Duty title, dubbed Black Ops 7, is said to be a quote-unquote strong title, according to those familiar with the game's plans, despite initial problems in development. If we go down a bit, it says there's also the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale to consider. Keep in mind that's not even out yet when I show you these numbers, which is believed to be a free-to-play component to the premium game. If EA can take a considerable chunk out of Call of Duty Warzone's player base, which has been depleting for the last couple of years, it could have a detrimental impact on Call of Duty's long-term player base. Without further ado, let me just show you what happened immediately the next day. First, let's take a look at Call of Duty's player numbers. Keep in mind, they have a brand new season for both Warzone and Black Ops 6. Both games and all submodes are counted in this, by the way. One is free to play. Just keep this in mind when I show you these numbers. I took this screenshot. The two screenshots I'm going to show you were taken at the exact same time. Call of Duty today, with its new season, lost players from yesterday. In fact, the player counts are so bad on Steam, especially after they took MW3 and I believe it was MW2 off of the Call of Duty hub, that we are a mere 4,000 players away from the all-time low average player counts. We are nearing all-time lows, and the player count today, and this is taken at 5:30 p.m. EST. There is no fucking excuse. Like, the player counts are horrific. They continue to dip every single day. And outside of that stupid Verdansk nostalgia bait crap they did in April, no one is sticking around to play this tripe. And this is the only metric we can track it on. But before anyone says anything about Steam, I want you to keep in mind that sales on Steam for Call of Duty were up 60% compared to MW3. Game Pass isn't really factoring in here to this data. It's really not. It's showing me that people still want to own their games, at least on PC. So yeah, I mean, guys, there is no excuse here. When I show you hard numbers, Call of Duty is always failing. And the same holds true today. I mean, a new season comes out. Historically, it does bump the player count a little bit. And they lost players today. We are nearing record lows. Now, if you think that's crazy, and you think that's bad news, let me show you, and keep in mind here, I'm actually blown away at this. I couldn't believe this when I saw it. Keep in mind, this is not even the open beta. This is the early access portion of the beta, and this is just Steam. Again, we don't know consoles. We don't know EA's personal platform, kind of like Battle.net for Call of Duty, but this is just Steam. Look at this and tell me how they can't be worried. The game currently has 268,000 players playing, over that, with a 24-hour peak of 334,000 plus players. This is just for a not even open beta. I'm blown away at this. This is nearly to Call of Duty's all-time peak on Steam, and that is with the full-priced game and the free-to-play Battle Royale factored in at 488,000 all-time players. This is not even the open beta. I can't stress this enough. I don't have access to this right now, by the way. I want you to know that. This is only accessible if you watch streams or participated in the labs or somehow got a code to access it. This is not even open. This is absolutely insane. I mean, and again, this isn't even the numbers factored in on EA's launcher. This is not factored in on console. This is just Steam. If you've ever used the argument that it's just Steam, so it doesn't matter, like, dude, what the hell? Look at what I'm showing you right now. Take it in. How can they not be worried? I mean, Battlefield 6 immediately shot up to the third most played game on Steam right now, while Call of Duty, as of recording this, isn't even in the top 10. It barely squeaked into the top 25 today. They're not worried? I'm sorry, what? Does the Titanic quote I opened the video with make sense right now? I think you know where this video is going, but I want to just really bring this back to reality here. With no competition whatsoever, with no one actually providing an alternative, because keep in mind, XDefiant announced its shutdown months before this started happening. They were about to shut down Warzone. They were considering doing it. I'm not kidding. Player numbers were dipping so much that they were dependent on Verdansk nostalgia bait garbage to bring the player numbers back up to speed. I am not kidding. Look at this article right here. That was a thing that was going to happen. I mean, we lost Warzone Mobile. I thought Call of Duty was too big to fail. Wait, hold on. Is Warzone Mobile not fucking Call of Duty? That shit got canned faster than some Del Monte clean peaches. I'm sorry, what? And here's the thing, I don't think they are lying. I think they are that delusional and that out of touch. And to be completely honest with you guys, that is insulting the ego on these pieces of shit. They are getting downvoted and shit-talked and just overall not getting any support whatsoever. Only the most diehard of diehard, mentally deficient fanboys are still like on board and defending the people behind Call of Duty and the game itself at this point. You cannot go, I swear to you, you cannot go anywhere and find positive comments on Call of Duty stuff. Even on the zombies, which I think is literally carrying the franchise right now. Even with that, I saw negativity with the most recent trailer. Like, you cannot get away from it. It's because this game has completely dropped the ball. It has insulted the player base. It has used them and abused them. And I think I stand for everyone watching this right now. I truly do. If not everyone, then like 99%. We have had enough. We are not going to let you abuse us anymore. Guys, we, the consumer, have the power. And the quicker you realize that, the quicker you will see things change. It's sad that it's taken this long. I don't know if COVID just made people a bunch of like entertainment dependent pussies or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm not a psychologist. This manipulative yearly garbage. It's a storefront masquerading as a video game, now firing thousands of devs and replacing them with AI. They think they are too big to fail. Well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but here's what I'm going to do, okay? Here's what I'm going to do personally. I'm a Call of Duty YouTuber. I have been doing this since Call of Duty 4, 2007. A long time, man. I've been buying the games every single year, except for Modern Warfare 3. I managed to get that through, I can't even talk about how I got that one for free, but the point is that I have been playing these games every single year. So here's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to stick to this, and I don't care if this hurts my channel. I don't think it will, but this is what I'm going to do. I will not give Activision 1 single cent this year. I was thinking of buying a new TV for my office room here where I do my commentaries, just because I wanted a bigger space, not in my bedroom, for a nice kind of movie setup for my friends. And when looking at potentially purchasing this, I saw that I was going to get Game Pass given to me for free, like a free Game Pass voucher. That is the only way I'm going to play Call of Duty this year. And I'll probably end up doing that. I do kind of need a new TV. So I will get a free Game Pass voucher from Best Buy with my TV purchase. I'll show you guys the receipts when I do that, by the way, so you know I'm telling the truth. And then I will try the game just to make a video insulting it, because I already know it's going to be trash. How for the past 6 years has this franchise continually gotten worse and worse? And I call it every year. Go back and look. I have never once praised this game when it's undeserved. I've never once flip-flopped my opinion. I've been calling it like I see it, straight when the game launches. Straight when the game launches, every single time, and I've been right every single time. And I think history shows that. I'm not someone you can fool with marketing. I'm not someone you can fool with explosions in the trailer, although I did like the ones in Battlefield 6's trailer, granted. That stuff doesn't work on me. You know, I play the game. If the game is good, you get praise. And for them to not be worried, again, it's insulting to you guys. It's insulting to me. It's insulting to everyone that's played the game and had an issue. Too big to fail. Famous last words, motherfuckers. If Battlefield 6 doesn't take you out, fucking Delta Force is gonna take you out. Look at this. Delta Force has been growing. This is what actual growth looks like. And this is, again, Steam, same platform. Delta Force has continued to build and build and build. Hell, I would say Siege has done the same thing with Siege X. Even Ubisoft has a W with that particular game. Arc Raiders is coming out. I don't really have a lot of hope for Marathon anymore, but that's coming out. I mean, new Gears of War, maybe Halo will finally get some competent devs to bring that back as well, and you're not worried. What a joke, what an insult. Oh my God, I hope you eat humble pie until you puke your guts out. Activision Blizzard. And I think you will. I truly think you will. It seems like I'm some kind of soothsayer. Everything I say comes true. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to end with this. This year is going to be a rough year for Call of Duty, and we are going to see record lows. With no competition this past year, they already hit them. With all the FPSs I just mentioned on top of GTA 6 coming out, oh my God, what sort of delusion is with these suits, man? I don't get it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Rate, comment, and subscribe. This is a great day. It's a great day. Catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.